tonight's topic is Dracula, a new Netflix show that came out. I liked it. There were some good, cool, like monster type moments that I was digging, but then there were some other moments that was kind of weak. I couldn't get away from the fact that the Keanu Reeves, Anthony Hopkins movie, Dracula, came out in the 90s. I saw a lot of similarities. I know it's from the base material of the book.
Right.
So, it's kind of the same storyline. But at the same time, I couldn't stop thinking about the damn movie and how much I love that movie. So that would throw me off once in a while. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and watch the next one.
Well, of course, just to throw back, Gary Oldman's Dracula was like kind of legendary. I mean, it's like that movie in and of itself was kind of this. It was a sexy horror. There was tons of like sexual energy in that film. So anyway, yeah, this was a completely different thing. I mean, I obviously from the source material, and you have like all this weirdness going on. Very old school horror going on, with the constant buzzing of the flies and the creepiness that's involved there. It was really, I enjoyed being scared of Dracula it's been forever for so long. And my favorite part of this is our first victim that you see. What's his name?
He's Jonathan Parker.
They call him Johnny Blue Eyes. Johnny Blue Eyes, like he's in the 50s or something. Yeah. Like towards the end, they call him Johnny Blue Eyes. His performance blew me away, but it was in all, it was surprisingly good. And I'm not these days. I'm not a fan of what the BBC is doing, and this is way above anything.
Yeah, I thought that the BBC's. I thought lately you've been standing for big black. I don't know.
Wow.
It does now.
I'll be damned. All this time.
Yeah,
I thought that was the BET network. No, I've been so confused.
It was still very creepy at parts, like you said, old school movie feel. We'll get into it, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But there was a lot of the Thing vibe for me.
Oh, okay. I could see that. I got to mention this one part. It's when the damn bats were flying around at the nun's house or whatever.
That's what I'm talking about.
I kept waiting for fucking Batman to fly down, with his cape and shit, and swing into action. It threw me off.
Right. Now, you guys. I mean, I'm with you too. I think Bram Stoker's Dracula by Coppola with Gary Oldman. That's like, to me, the top 3 vampire film of all time for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Just under the moment where Gary Oldman's doing the, and he's licking whatever. I can't remember what he's licking. He's licking, just the lust for blood in his face is just.
He licks his hand after he slices it with the sword.
Yeah, that's right.
He does all kinds of creepy shit, but that movie's a classic. I saw it in the theater back in the day, man. I'm old, but yeah, no, it was great, and.
I had a girlfriend who was obsessed with that movie, so yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, Anthony Hopkins, his part really nailed that movie down. If it wasn't for him, I don't think it would have been as good as it was. But he was in his prime then. Just rolled off of I think he just got his best actor from Hannibal Lecter or something like that. So it was a big part for him.
Yeah.
Get this, guys. Our next movie was going to be Hannibal Lecter and Dracula together.
Yeah, right.
Together. It'll be like a buddy cop movie, only it's Hannibal Lecter and
Well, back then Keanu Reeves was a nobody, and Gary Oldman was still pretty under the radar too. It was Hopkins and Winona Ryder that was the star power.
Yeah. Every time I watch Dracula and Keanu Reeves comes on, it takes me out of the film because of his stupid ass English accent. But I still like it. And I still like him.
Yeah. I think they made him a small enough part that he was just able to kind of just float by.
Yeah. And Mina in that one is so sexy. The redhead. The one they kill when she comes with the baby. That's so great.
Oh yeah.
She's the horny one. The redheads are always horny though, guys.
Tell you who ain't beautiful is that Rose McGowan. Ew.
Oh.
Sadie Frost.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to see her on a PMS show coming soon.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Yeah. There's definitely jokes to be made about that, right? I mean, goddamn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she hates America. Yeah, no, I really like this show. At the very beginning of it, you see the guy Jonathan Parker locked up, right? And I thought that's Renfield from the. I thought that was Renfield. It's Jonathan Parker. he looks like he has AIDS right off the bat, right?
Yeah, he looks like a serious, like I don't know. He has some kind of epidemic, some kind of cancerous disease, and I don't want to say AIDS because it didn't look like that. Maybe more like Ebola or something. I mean,
He looked like Freddy Krueger on meth.
Sure.
Yeah, because he's got the big scar on his forehead, and then a fly crawls into his eye. Remember that? And
yeah, that was weird. Yeah,
and they were just like, he's like, "What's wrong?" And they're like, "Something's in your eye." And he's like, "Is it gone?" And it goes inside his eye.
Right.
I thought he was gonna spit it out because he starts doing this with his mouth.
Well, it flew out eventually. I think it came out one of his holes, one of his orifices.
Wait,
I don't know.
That set a good tone for the show. I was like, "Oh, this shit's gonna be creepy," you know.
That he was shitting out flies.
Yeah, but then they're like, "Hey, did Dracula fuck you?" And I'm like, "Oh hell no!"
Oh yeah, see?
What the fuck? What am I watching? You know,
that was right in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, seriously, they're like, "Did he ejaculate inside you?" I'm like, what is this talking about?
I know my first thought was, is this called molestula? You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I don't remember Dracula going around trying to, take back holes.
Yeah, Dracula taking back holes. That's how funny.
I do not remember that.
Oh man.
Was that part of the war? Is that in the book? Is there back holes in the book?
And then they go a flashback to Transylvania, and right there, I'm like, okay, this is tight. At this point, it reminded me of the original, or not the original, but Nosferatu, like the 1921, like the same eerie black castle. The way the guy dropped him off was creepy. I was scary. I liked it. What you guys think?
Well, I was just gonna say, the part that I really liked was when he was in that room with all the boxes, and the zombie-looking fucker started crawling out of him.
I thought that was
cool.
That was definitely a crazy moment. When the first one crawls out, because it's like the face is all covered and he just and he has to.
I wasn't sure if it was like a real person at first, and then it was like, what the fuck? And so it was cool, different.
I love how he just keeps them all in the box, just in the box. You're out of blood, but I can't kill you, so I'll just put you in a box.
Yeah, so the stuff in the boxes. Yeah, he's got a collection. It's like kind of like a Funko Pop collection.
I know. I was like, I need some boxes at my house.
Right. Except Dracula Funko Pops. Yeah.
Right. So we get the
Draco Pops.
we get the gist that Dracula has this guy coming to, Jonathan Parker. He's Keanu Reeves from, the original one. And over a course of time, he's draining his blood. And Dracula we meet is an old ass white dude, right? He looked like the old guy from the Red Wedding.
So I kid you not, some of his mannerisms and things, they reminded me of a very old Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah, I mean there was hints to it, My first impression was like, wow, I didn't know Dracula's a fucking comedian.
I thought he would have got a little younger. I don't know, he still seemed kind of old when he came to his younger self.
No, I think it was very interesting seeing him, being able to attach himself and absorb, and that was the most painful part for me was what basically watching his whole essence, his whole being be replaced. This poor guy. Anyway, yeah, it was horrible. And
then he was all of a sudden hella British, right? Just like the guy. I mean, it was cool.
That's right.
I like that shit. That was scary. That's something that can, there's a fear in that, I don't know. I don't know that I've ever really seen that done. Have you guys?
I don't know. I was kind of upset about the dog abuse, where it's like, why'd you bring the wolf down just to pop out of him? I didn't really see the point of that.
Well, yeah.
They were trying to be old school horror because now I see why you're talking about, Kermit. You're talking about The Thing, that scene with the breaking out of the wolf.
Yeah, right.
That's a very thing.
Yeah, it was. They try to be like The Thing, but not as cool. And when he got out and he's all standing in front of the chicks naked, I was expecting like the disco lights to come on, man. Something didn't feel right about it. He's buck ass naked. And all these nuns are standing there like they've seen this guy hanging out with a schlong flinging in his bloody guts from the dog. It just seemed normal.
Yeah, I was hoping
just a regular Tuesday night for the nuns.